Could empathy make or break your kid's future career? And how do you make sure they don't lose it? That's coming up. Hi, I'm Chad Bullock, the founder of Future Proof Kids and the Ready Aim Parent podcast, where we help you teach kids the skills that really matter in business and life. You know, this past summer, I had the chance to be in France, and I brought my family along with me. We had an absolutely fantastic time over there. But one thing we couldn't help but notice as we traveled around to look at the sites were the heavily armed police officers, either in the train stations or at the Eiffel Tower or at the airport. And it got us thinking about the horrible terrorist attacks that country's been through over the last few years. You know, it really got us thinking, how can someone lose such empathy for so many other human beings, for life at all? Those attackers didn't start off that way. They were born empathetic. Scientific research has proven that we're actually born with empathy. We have this hardwired into our brains, this innate ability to feel the feelings another person is feeling, to put ourselves in their shoes and really understand their perspective. But there are two problems with empathy. One, it can be erased and it can be unlearned. And two, most of us don't take advantage of it and use it to its full potential every day. Losing empathy can happen to our own kids too. Little by little, it can be erased and unlearned. Maybe they're having too much excessive screen time and less face-to-face time. And there are lots of other things that can contribute to losing empathy. And that's such a shame too, because it's such an important skill when our kids get to the business world. As a matter of fact, it's seen as a critical success factor in business now. Well, some of you might be thinking, what does empathy have anything to do with business? Well, you know, I'm all about helping you teach your kids the skills they're really going to need when they get to the business world. And trust me, empathy is one of them. Empathy is one of them because of something called design thinking. Now, what is that? Well, design thinking is a human-centered design process. When a company wants to create a product, they want to put themselves in the shoes of a person that will use it, so they create a better product. When they create a process, an ordering process, a return process, they want to put themselves in the shoes of the customer, so they make that process better. Believe me, empathy and creating processes and products that way can help companies make a lot of money, or it can cost them a lot of money. Products and processes designed with empathy can put a lot of money in corporations' pockets. That's why they're actually looking for employees now with strong empathy. That's why it's so important for your kids to not only keep their empathy and not lose it, but to really strengthen it and heighten that skill before they ever get to the business world. You know, the other day I was traveling home on a plane from Southern California, and I was sitting in the aisle seat, and at the window there was a young boy, maybe 10 or 12, young Hispanic boy, and we were talking a little bit. He was struggling with the English language, but just a great kid. And when the flight attendant came up the aisle with her cart full of food and she offered it for purchase, he really didn't understand what she was saying, so she just gave him a free sandwich. But what blew me away was what happened next. When he started to unwrap that sandwich and he looked over at me, he saw I didn't have anything and he offered me half of his sandwich. I just met him, but he still felt empathy for me sitting over there without anything to eat. You know, he may not know the English language very well yet, but he will one day. And if he keeps those kind of empathy skills, he's going to do fantastic in business. I implore you, all of you listening, parents, grandparents, teachers, make sure you grow and have your kids keep their empathy skills. Make sure they have lots and lots of FaceTime with their friends. Be careful of that excessive screen time that can so easily suck them in, or we can give to them as a pacifier. And when they say something that is hurtful to somebody else, instead of just scolding them, really talk to them about how that other person might feel. Also, think of ways you can help strengthen their empathy skills. Maybe if they're older, you take them to help at a homeless shelter. If you have younger kids, maybe you have them go to an animal rescue shelter and help those animals. Anything that will help them strengthen their empathy skills. So tell me in the comments below, what are your ideas to help our kids keep their empathy? What are you going to do with your kids? Put it in the comments below, and let's come together with ideas, and together we'll be raising future-proof kids. Did you like this episode? If you did, head on over to futureproofkids.com. We have a free video on 8 skills that will future-proof your kids. And soon after, we'll be inviting you to a free 4-part training on future-proofing your kids. Come on over and join other parents already deciding to parent with purpose every day. Until next time, keep future-proofing your kids.